everybody. How's everybody doing today? This afternoon, my name is William Head. I've spoken to many of you guys already. I am the South Carolina operative with the Friends of Herman Cain. You're in for a treat. Mr. Cain will first hold a press conference, and then he will open it up to a town hall meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Herman Cain.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for being here. I'm delighted to be here and I'm happy that you are here. But we have to do a press conference first to announce Cain's vision for economic growth. We're going to allow the press an opportunity to ask questions about the plan that I am unveiling. And then after the press conference, we're going to open it up to a good old-fashioned town hall meeting where you get to ask the questions. Because that's when it really gets interesting. Let me first say this. Thank you for being here. And I want to thank the members of the press who are here also. Why are we here, and why at this particular point in time, rather than save my vision for economic growth until I become president, I am willing to offer it to the president, members of Congress, and the Super Committee right now, because America can't keep waiting for economic growth. I applaud the president for trying to go out and connect with the people to look for an economic growth plan. But he didn't find it. So I decided I'm going to give him mine. I already had an economic growth plan. I spent most of my career in corporate America. In fact, I spent all of my career in business, working for the business sector. I have served on the board of directors of several major corporations. Many of you all are familiar with that. Not only have I run businesses, I've started businesses, I have saved businesses, and serving on the board of directors of some very distinguished companies. I have had the pleasure of hiring CEOs, and I've had the displeasure of having to let CEOs go when they didn't perform. All right. Now, so I know a little something about job performance. If President Obama had been evaluated by a typical board of directors at least a year ago, he would have heard these words from the board. Mr. President, you're fired. But unfortunately, he will have to be fired in November 2012. That's the way our system works. But it is clear that his performance has been lacking because his policies have failed. teletown hall teleconference the other night, and a lady asked me, why didn't Congress just impeach President Obama? And my response was, well, that's a great idea, but it's impractical at this particular point in time. And so all over the internet for the last couple of days, I've been quoted as saying it would be great to impeach President Obama. You know how they take a tagline and then some of them run with it. I'm not trying to start an impeachment movement. I am running a replacement movement to replace him as president in November 2012. Replacement. We don't need impeachment. Now this economic growth plan that I'm going to share with you, we've been working on this for a while. And I'm glad that my senior economic advisor is here with me today. I have had some very, very high-powered economic thinkers helping work on this plan. I didn't come up with this all by myself. Remember one of my guiding principles, surround yourself with good people so you can come up with good plans. That's my key to success. I'm glad that Rich Lowry out of Cleveland, Ohio, the gentleman here who looks like a professor, is head of my economic advisory team. Rich? And the reason he doesn't have much hair is because he's that smart. Jay, let me ask you one. Let's talk about the plan. I call this Cain's Vision for Economic Growth, Part 1. And we've got copies for you, for everybody, before you leave. Yep, you already have it. And I hope that the media has copies. We call it vision because economic growth is not just a tweak here and a tweak there. The reason that we call this a vision, because this isn't just about boosting the economy, it is about supercharging this economy, which we so badly need. One of the reasons that this administration does not have a clue as to how to stimulate economic growth, quite honestly, with all due respect, is that this administration nor this president understands what I call simple economic guiding principles. You start with economic guiding principles, and then you're able to put together a plan that makes sense based upon those principles. Principle number 1, production drives economic growth, not spending. Not spending. We cannot spend our way to prosperity. You know that, I know that, we knew this a year and a half ago when they said they needed to spend $787 billion that rapidly became $1 trillion in order to stimulate this economy, and it did not stimulate the economy. They have spent nearly $1 trillion on stimulus and popcorn programs, and the economy is still stuck. Yes. It's still stuck. Yes. The engine is the business sector. Let me repeat that. It appears to be foreign to a lot of the people that are in the decision-making position. The engine of economic growth is the business sector, yes, not government. That's right. The business